Hi, I'm Carin Whybrew with Coldwell Banker, Hubbell BriarWood, and I'm here today with Joe Joseph, who is a top lender in town for Dart Bank, and he's been so kind to join me today to give us an update on financing in the world of COVID-19. Our state of Michigan is still shut down with governor's shelter-in-place order, so we're all doing business a little differently, but we are still getting offers, receiving pending deals and getting to closing. We're just not able to be there physically, so it's all virtual. So Joe is doing the same thing on his end. Joe, say hi, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Joe Joseph with Dart Bank. I'm a senior VP and mortgage banker. Been in business for 21 years and kind of experiencing this like everybody else for the first time, but it's we're still getting everything done and everything seems to be going fairly smoothly.
Joe had a really big push, last month with refis? Are you still seeing refinances?
Yeah, rates are still relatively low. We're still seeing them in the low threes, in that range. So that's still allowing people to purchase at low rates, and the refinance market is still pretty strong.
That's great. Well, Joe is doing a lot of loans for us right now on our team, and again, virtually. But Joe, tell us how that works now. Not much on applying for the loan has changed for you because of the way you do business with your app and such?
Yeah, so many lenders in the market nationally have gone to a remote system of online applications. So for us, we have an online app that allows you to log in, put it in your information securely, as well as upload your assets, your income documents, your bank statements, your everything that you could imagine can be uploaded right into the system and put right into our system. So it allows for no-touch, contactless, paperless documentation moving forward. So really, other than the closing, we don't need to physically meet with a client to finalize anything from our side, from the process.
So for your point, you're still rocking and rolling the way you always have been, which is great. It's been helpful for us too to have people that we can reach out to, the agents. Our business has been very much impacted such that we can't be with people. There are some things that are loosening up a little bit. Inspections can still happen and closing can still happen. We are doing our curbside closings, and Joe provides all the documents through cyberspace to make all that happen. I think the one question that has come up in my business last week, more so than before, due to our shelter-in-place shutdown, everyone was hopeful that we would possibly open up the first of the month of May, and now it's been delayed another 2 weeks. So safety first, of course, but things I'm hearing, the concern for buyers is relating to what about my job? What about if I'm furloughed? And how are you working with those situations, Joe?
Well, we've had very few situations where when you have two borrowers that both are furloughed, or so we've not had. Well, I think we've had one situation where we've had to move a closing because of that. The client has to be employed at closing. So what we're doing in most situations is getting everything ready to go. We're doing all of our docs, doing our whole process, getting a loan fully approved. And then if someone is furloughed or not working and we can't close yet, we just have the loan ready to go. So the day they start up, we're ready to go. And in some situations, if their employer says we're starting back as of this date, that's something that if the documentation we get from the employer is strong enough, then that would allow us to probably still close.
Well, that's great news. I think because when people hear things of course, you think, how am I going to be able to buy my house now because my job? But the furlough is different than not being employed in some cases, it sounds like.
That's correct. That's correct.
All right. How have the rates been impacted last week? Or did you see any change in rates as it affected extending another couple weeks for the shutdown?
The rates, yeah, you have to remember that Governor Whitmer, when she makes any type of decision, that's a statewide decision. The rates are based nationally on the mortgage-backed security bonds. So they're really, we've really seen them kind of go, they've been fairly volatile, I'll say that. Last week, they were actually pretty level for the most part. We'd see them get a little bit worse one day, a little bit better the next day. They stayed in that low 3%. You know, and they're probably 0.25% off of our historic lows as of about a month ago. So they're still very, very good. I mean, a rate of 3.125, 3.375, even 3.5. Those are great rates. And sometimes we get spoiled a bit, you know, because we hear, oh, well, someone got 3, and everybody is looking for that. But you know, if even if the market bumps up a little bit, we still think it's going to be a very, very strong purchase market. And I'm sure from everything I've read and Carin, from things that you've told me, people are still buying. It's still a strong. Homes are getting listed. They're selling quickly. People are buying homes sight unseen.
It's amazing. You know, to think that we would be selling real estate sight unseen. Just my team in the last 3 weeks, we've done 9 transactions sight unseen. It's just incredible. But I think that also shows a lot to the human spirit that we still need shelter and we still need a house. And I think it works. For me, what's been so helpful is having Joe, so that can help with the counseling and questions and such for people that are concerned for the things regarding rates and my job and the furlough and whatnot. So it's been a great partnership that way. Regarding the rate lock, has that changed? How long can you have a rate lock?
Well, our rates are being locked on 60-day terms. So when we lock it, it's good for 60 days. If we go further out, the rate can increase a little bit, but we can go further. For the most part, we're not having a problem closing anything within 60 days, especially if you have people that are being furloughed. You know, the kind of the mindset is that we'll see this, anyone that's furloughed probably be back to work around the middle to end of May. And we do loans nationally. So we're working in other states where, you know, they are, like Illinois is in place till the 31st of May. So we're prepared for that, and we think that the 60-day lock right now is probably just fine for most situations.
Okay, I do work with Eastbrook Homes. They're a builder that's building in the Lansing and Grand Rapids areas, and Joe is their preferred lender. Joe, how is this for a new construction loan lock when we may be 6 to 8 months to build a house?
Well, we've been doing a couple situations there. We have some that what we used to do is it was an end loan. So we get the pre-approval done up front. There's the construction. Then once the home is done, we would close. That's absolutely still an option. There's construction loans that will lock the loan up front with it allows for a float down mechanism in the end. So we're doing a fair amount of those as well. That's been very popular.
All right, great. Well, good. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me a little bit. We are going to put this on our YouTube channel, make you famous, Joe. Everybody go take a look at that. And you can reach Joe at 517-862-2300. Text works really great for him. And you can reach us at CarinWhybrew.com or 517-719-4967. Everyone stay safe, and we'll be in touch. Bye.
Thanks, Carin.
Bye.